Hey guys, it's Kate. I hope you're having a great day. I made some art prompts and I have them in this little pencil case. And I made a whole bunch of different ones just to help me in my intuitive art journey. And I thought that it might be fun to do a video using them. So I put these together just in a document and printed them out and laminated them because I don't know. It just seemed like the right thing to do. But I've got a bunch of different prompts here. I've got add circles, which is already one of my favorite things. Make a hard edge with a ruler. Draw dots, all kinds of different things, add light over dark. So I thought this would be kind of fun to test these out, grab some random prompts and do an art journal spread. So hopefully you'll stick with me for that and we will go ahead and get started. I'm going to put this right here to the side and I'm going to start pulling, and I'm not looking, I'm just going to grab one. Oh, by the way, I have gesso down on my sketchbook pages. So, keyword busy. So, to me, that's going to be a very busy pattern. So, I'm going to start off with adding some patterns with my stencils on my journal pages. So, we'll just start with this one. I'm going to grab a sponge and my plate and grab a color. And we're going to do some red, just because that's what I have on hand right now. And so I'll dip in here and start going. I thought this would be kind of a fun exercise to just loosen up and go with the flow. So I'm going to just keep going and make this busy and do each prompt as it comes out. And I'm not really going to think anything about any kind of, I guess, composition yet or anything like that. I'm just going to get some colors down and have some fun with it. Okay, so I've done some of this stencil. Let's move to another one. I'm going to put that down and grab another stencil from my group. This one's a new one, but let me pick a different color. I'm going to do some burnt umber. And go right into that. Let's do some more busy pattern up here. Making sure to take it to the edge of my paper where I can. That way it won't kind of end suddenly on a crease. Let's do some busy down here. What do we think so far? I'm going to go ahead and pull another prompt out of here. Draw or paint 3 shapes with the non-dominant hand. So since I have some wet paint on my paper already, I am going to do my shapes. And let me blend up a little bit of a new color. So I'm going to add some of my gesso to my paper or my plate. And I'm going to add a little bit of red to some of it so I can make kind of a pinky color. And I'm going to use, I'm right-handed, so my non-dominant hand is my left. And I'm going to start in with my shapes. It's weird to do it left-handed, that's for sure. I'm going to get some more paint. And let me do this. And I'm going to have that come right off the page. And let me mix up a little bit more of that color here. Well, why not mix it with my left hand too, right? And I'm going to come right up here. And right over here. And I'm going to fill in some of this so that it's thicker. But I'm going to make it so it's kind of coming from that other page. All right. What's next? Keyword light. So I am going to do a light color, and let's go with yellow ochre. And I'm going to put a little blob on my paper and grab my favorite filbert brush again. And I'm going to dab off some of that other color. And you know what? I'm going to add a little bit of white to that too. Make it even brighter. And I think I'm going to keep going with the busy pattern. So I'm going to add light, but I'm going to add some marks here. And why not just let it come right through that pink. What do you think? Okay. We'll see how good these prompts are based on how my journal page looks afterward. Okay. Draw something on the other side of the page from where you last marked. So my last mark was up here. So I guess I'm drawing something down here. So let me look at my colors that I've got. I know. Hang on. I grabbed my gel sticks And I'll draw something with one of these. And you know what? Let's go with a black. And I need to draw something here. Let's do on the opposite. That's what I'll kind of take it as. So let me come down here and I'll kind of do some leaves. And maybe I'll add some green into that. Do we want to add water? I'll just add a little bit of my damp brush just to smooth it out a bit. And how about that? All right. Onward to the next prompt. Add 2 different shades of purple. Okay. Let me put these aside. Actually, well, you know what? I've got some blue here. And I'm going to go ahead and mix that with some of my red and some white. And that'll be 1 purple. Let's do some circles. Okay, so that's 1 shade. Let me add some more white and maybe a little bit more red for a lighter purple. Just like that. How about that? Let me add 1 coming up here. So we know I love my circles, that's for sure. Cool. Maybe even 1 right here. Okay, I had to leave for just a few minutes, so I am back, and actually this is, well, almost dry. I got a little bit on my hand. So let's say we do another prompt. Okay, use oil pastels. Whoa. Okay, I have some in a little drawer way off camera. Okay, I'm gonna grab a couple of colors that are kind of like what I've got on the page. I'll grab that. And these are actually Creatology. They came from a little art set from Michaels, which I enjoy playing with because I haven't really used oil pastels until I got these, so they've been kind of fun. So I am going to do some mark making with these. So let's do, just gonna play around with a line. Like that, and maybe one with the yellow, and just meander around the page. And maybe for this one, I'll do a couple of little blocks of color, just some shading. There. Put those back and grab another prompt. Oops. Keyword clouds. Okay. I think maybe grab my sponge and, well, maybe not this sponge. You know what? I'm going to grab a baby wipe. And I'm going to dip into my white gesso a little bit. Maybe even add a little bit of blue. Why not, right? And let's go make some clouds. How's that? Okay. Let me grab my prompts again. Add 2 different shades of red. Well, I have red. And you know what I think I'm going to do is knock some of this back with my 2 shades of red. So I'm going to grab my sponge here, and I'm going to start in first with the full strength, and I'm going to start sponging. And I'm going to vary my shapes so that you don't get that sort of boxy shape from the makeup. And I'm going to just kind of knock some of this back. And let some of those blue clouds peek through too. Okay. And maybe around here. And maybe I'll take some of this yellow and make it kind of like a softer red. You know what? I'm going to add a little bit of this gesso also. And kind of spread this in here. Make it almost like a pinky color. Like that. Yeah. I'm gonna add some more to my sponge. I've got plenty of red in my sponge, but not a lot of paint. Okay. Find a hard angle and add a curve. I don't have much in the way of hard angles here, except for my actual page edges. And I actually have a little curve that I can use. So I think I will use that. And let's go with the burnt umber. I'm going to add just a little bit more to my page. And get a little bit of water on my brush. Okay. And I'm just going to finish that curve. And some of this red is mixing in with my burnt umber, and that looks really pretty. All right, got my curve added on that side. I think I'm going to do one here too. Let's see. Let's do this. And like I did over here, I'm just going to continue that line like my stencil is still there. Just like that. Cool. Okay. Keyword, minimalism. I think this needs some of that. Just really tone things down. So minimalism. Let's see, what color do we want to use? I've got this dark here. You know what? Let's mix up some green. You know what? I might be able to use some of this. Oh yeah, that's a nice green. And maybe just a hint of white. Maybe just a little bit more yellow ochre. That blue is very strong. That looks good to me. Okay. I'm gonna make a little line here. How's that? And just to keep things simple, why don't we have one coming right out here? There. And actually, I might need to just put in this little stem there. There. What do we think so far? Okay. Ooh, my favorite. Add dots. Let's see. I'm gonna do some more green and get that somewhere else. So I grabbed my stylus and I'm just going to start making some dots. I'm gonna put my plate right here just so I can get more paint. And I'm gonna follow this brown going up the side. And I'm gonna put in a lot more dots closer to the bottom. I'm going to take it to the top. What do we think of that? I love that. I'm going to do the same thing here. And some of my dots I'll make a little bit bigger. I like that a lot. Okay, cleaning off my stylus, and I think we might be getting into the home stretch or pretty close to it. Maybe another couple of prompts and I can finish this up. Add light over dark. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is grab my jelly roll and add some more dots, but white ones. Some of my paint is just a little bit damp still. There we go. Yes, maybe just a few more white ones down here. Well, that's all my pen wants me to do. Okay, let's see what else we got. Scratch or add grooves with a palette knife. I think I'm gonna do that with my leaves. Where I can. All right. Keyword broken. Okay, for broken, I'm going to do a broken line going up and following my brown little curve. Almost like it's stitched on. Just like that. Now, while I have my pen out, I'm also going to make some broken lines to highlight my leaves. Just to give them a little bit more. Got some paint on my pen. Just to give them a little bit more outline and contrast. Like that. And this is broken lines too. Like that. Let's do one more. Find a curve and add a hard angle. Well, now I'm full of curves. You know what I think I'll do? Here's my curve. I'm going to draw some lines coming up out of it. Just like that. And let's come off of this one too. Clean off my pen a little bit. Just like that, and maybe a few coming down from the top. How about that? I really love this. I'm just tickled. Man, I don't know. Do I want to add anything else? I'm not sure. Maybe if I go in with a little more of this green just into the center. And just add some little leafy things. That looks pretty good to me. just like that. And just to keep things going, I'm going to add just a little bit more of my white. Just on a couple of those edges. Just like that. I think that'll do it for the prompts. And I think we have ourselves a finished journal, and I love it. Let me give you a close-up. I've got my burnt sienna. We had kind of a limited palette for this too, but you can see the dots, you can see the straight edges, the curved edges, the busyness of the patterns, the little bit of minimalism. And so much texture just peeking through there. It's really wonderful. So I had so much fun doing this, and I think that these prompts are a winner. I'm going to definitely be breaking these out more often, and I hope you enjoyed this. And hopefully, you did this along with me with the prompts, and you may have created something very beautiful or very interesting, or at the very least, very fun. So until next time, keep creating, and thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.